Vista, New York, at Copia Home and Garden. I'm Rob Adams, and as we shift out of news into an extended coffee break now here at Copia Home and Garden, I'm joined by the owner, Peter Cipriano. And Peter, my first question is going to be a really easy one. I've been telling folks during the broadcast, and I'm a New Yorker as well, that it's a South Salem address, but you're in Vista. Is that all fair to say? What do you say when you tell people where you are?
I'm saying I'm on the border of New Canaan.
Beautiful, even better.
No, actually, Vista is a hamlet in the town of Lewisboro.
Right.
So we're technically not South Salem, but many people recognize South Salem, but they recognize Vista much more because of Vista Market and being a market for so long.
Absolutely,
so
just up the road from here.
We're very close.
You are you could almost throw a football into Connecticut from here.
Almost.
Almost. A good, strong
arm.
Yeah. My arm's not strong enough, and there aren't deflated footballs for Tom Brady to throw, so we don't need to worry about it. I had to work that one in. But in any event, thanks so much for having us here today. Really, it's been great, and it's absolutely beautiful here. And how did this all start?
Basically, Jen and I are both horticulturists, and we worked for my family business on Long Island. And
we'll get that mic right up to you. Go ahead.
There
you go.
So we worked on the family business on Long Island, and we wanted our own place, and Long Island is a very busy place to raise kids, it's a great place, but it wasn't what we wanted. So a friend of ours showed us this place, and we decided that we wanted to move up. And moving up has been great because now we have a nice location. The area is great. The people are great. And we like plants, and we like selling plants, so it worked out.
Now, how long have you been here?
This is our fifth year.
Okay. Was it already a home and garden business, or did you buy it, name it, open it yourself?
There was an existing Tom's Home and Garden.
That's right. Okay.
Used to be here.
Yep.
And then for some years there was a couple different places, and then we decided to come in and reopen a home and garden. It was Copia Home and Garden with us coming in, but I think there was a 1-year vacancy. But other than that, it's always been a garden center since 1985.
Wow. Why Copia? Where's the name from?
Copia, it's just basically bountiful, abundance. Has happy connotations for us.
Yeah.
As a family, we're vegetable gardeners. We're gardeners, so we like the name. Actually, it kind of had
it's
neat,
a beautiful name. Yeah.
It was nice. It was also sort of religious, but not too religious.
What would you say your favorite part of the day-to-day duties are here?
Day-to-day, my favorite part is really seeing new plants. It's kind of weird, but I like to see new plants, see new varieties. When they come in, if they're beautiful, I'm so excited. If they're not, I'm very unexcited. But that's my favorite part of the plants. And then dealing with people is another one of my favorite things because I'm a talker.
Now, I'm fascinated. Why would you find new plants coming in? Why would you find that to be weird? That sounds like, if you're in the home and garden business, I think you'd want to see new plants.
I guess, but I think people, some people love plants. Some people, it's okay. For me, I've been passionate about plants since I was a little kid. So I've always wanted to be around plants. When I was going to school, I always would say to my teachers, I'm going to sell plants. I love plants. And they kind of found it strange because they didn't think I really knew what I wanted to do. And it was kind of weird because I thought I did, and I do. And that's what excites me the most.
So where did that come from, that passion for plants as a young boy?
I think my grandparents and my parents, we had a corner lot growing up, and my parents, the whole entire lot was vegetables. It was all vegetables, the whole entire yard. We had a front yard to play in, and the whole back and side yard was vegetables, nothing but vegetables. And my next door neighbor was my grandfather, and he had his entire backyard as vegetables. So a tiny play area, but lots of plants. I think that's where it comes from.
And you mentioned a couple of times, planting vegetables and things like that. Do you have a favorite?
Tomatoes.
It seems like common sense, but I didn't know.
They're easy. Tomatoes, Tomatoes are my favorite.
What else do you enjoy planting? And I would imagine eating.
Peppers and potatoes. Tomatoes, peppers, and potatoes. Those are my favorites,
Yeah. Wow, that's good stuff.
So growing up, that's how we would always go into the garden, pick something, and it was great.
Kind of give me a tour. I mean, obviously it's a little tough for us, but for where we're sitting, give me a tour of the grounds and the business and everything you've got here.
Okay. Well, basically in our store, we sell a lot of home items, decorative items for the house, and that's more of Jen's department, and I focus more on the plant department. So on the outside, we sell a lot of annuals, a lot of perennials. Right now we have mums and peppers and sedum, kale, cabbage, all the stuff for decorating your house for the fall. And then through the nursery, we're doing our tree and shrub sales now. So as you walk around the building, there's flowers, trees, shrubs, and it goes all the way into the back, which becomes the messy area. But that's where our larger trees and shrubs are, and they're always watered, so it's always muddy. But that's what we really have throughout the store.
How do you change from season to season? How do you make that adjustment?
You probably saw this morning as the guys were running around with carts all over the
did.
place. It's fun. It's a lot of work because you have to get rid of a lot of items that are not for sale at this time. So we'll put items on sale to get rid of them and to make space for the fall items. But every season is different. So by the end of this month, in the beginning of October, we'll actually try to put up a few Christmas trees in the store with decorations for the holiday season. And by the end of October, the beginning of the first week in November, the entire store has almost no more green goods in it. It's almost all Christmas trees and decorations for that season. And then December 26th, 27th, that gets taken apart. And we start bringing in houseplants mid-January. And then that changes at the beginning of March. And so every season we try to disassemble and reassemble with new stuff. And that's what we do.
It's so interesting because I often hear consumers complain that, oh, they're putting up Christmas stuff too early. And it sounds like you're very rational about it with late October, early November. That seems like a more appropriate time if there's such a thing.
We try. We try to recognize the fact that people don't want to see Christmas in a garden
shop.
Some
do, but some
at the end of August.
I agree.
We want to put some up so they know to come back, but we don't want to make it so that it becomes Christmas too early because we don't want to celebrate it in September either. We want to start celebrating the seasons when they come and maybe start a little early to remind people that we're going to have it, but not go that early where it becomes an entire store at Christmas. We don't actually like it, but it is a good marketing thing to do.
And we're sitting right here alongside Route 123. Maybe on occasion folks have been able to kind of hear the traffic in the background roaring right on by. Tell us about your address and your location here.
Smith Ridge Road it's a commuter road.
Yeah.
It comes out of South Salem off of 35.
Yep.
So Ridgefield actually in the morning does come down 123. And so does South Salem, and so does parts of Wilton. The actual side street that we're located on is East Street. And East Street crosses over the reservoir at the end of East Street, and it goes right into the Ridgefield-Wilton border. And right next to that is New Canaan. So we're right on those borders. And then just east of us, or west of us, is Pound Ridge.
Right.
So we're right on the border of Pound Ridge. So we're in Vista, but we're really surrounded by every other community. Because we're just a little peninsula.
Yeah, I'm
Lewisboro.
blanking on a couple of the side streets here, but I know they roll right over into parts of New Canaan and then off to Scott's Corners and Pound Ridge.
124 is Owen Oak, and Owen Oak is right around the corner from us.
That's right. So it's a great location here, and it seems like you and the whole crew here love what you do.
We do. We everybody, the staff, my wife, myself, my kids actually help once in a while. My son, not too much, but it's great. We actually really enjoy plants.
How old are they?
Selling them. My daughter is 12, soon to be 13, and my son's 11.
Ah, very nice. Good ages. I have a 13-year-old son, so I can appreciate that as well. And it's so great to be here. We appreciate it. And
thank you, Rob.
How about one last thing for you, your online presence, so folks can find out about you if they're maybe in front of their computers right now?
It's simple. It's copiahomeandgarden.com. Just look it up, copiahomeandgarden.com, and we have a simple online presence, but it'll direct you to us and to our store and to our phone numbers.
And social media, anything like that?
We do have an app, so if you go to Copia, there's a Copia app, and if you sign on, every time you come in, it's basically, there's a rewards program. So if you come into the register with your app, we sign you in, and after 5 sales, you get a gift and a discount and all sorts of stuff, and after 10 you do, and then your birthday you do. It's pretty cool, the app.
Boy, it's been so great to be here, Peter, and we thank you for having us aboard.
Thank you,
and
Rob.
What a good time we're having, and we're looking forward to talking with more folks here. Thank you so much,
You guys
Peter.
have a great day, too.
All right.
Thank you.
Peter Cipriano with us here.
Thank you, Rob.
On your coffee break. We pause for a moment from Copia Home and Garden, Vista, New York, to be exact. Route 123, Smith Ridge is right out there. We continue on the HAN Network. Back with you on your extended coffee break. I'm Rob Adams, now serving as narrator as we look at some of the great shots that A.J. Simonowski and Eric Gendron have called up for us here. Just a beautiful place. You can see some of the traffic on 123 in the background, also known as Smith Ridge Road, and you get a sense for just how busy it is here and just some of the beauty that you can see in these flowers and plants that are just stunning. And Peter Cipriano telling us all about that. And you get a look at the building itself. Nice looking place with a very friendly and helpful staff. And some of us have been on site. AJ, myself, Eric, Tracy Iazi, we've been on site, and that's a beautiful shot right there, guys. Wow. What a great shot taken by Josh Fisher. A great, beautiful piece of photography there. More great shots here. But as I was saying, just the support that we've had from the crew here ever since the HAN network has been on site since really a little after 9 o'clock this morning, and how helpful everyone's been in allowing us to be here and set up, and very accommodating. Again, more of these great shots that Josh took, and just a real sense of some of the beautiful things you will see here at Copia Home and Garden. If plants and flowers are your thing, then this is the place to come and check everything out here. And there's more inside that we haven't really talked about yet. That's a great shot. Wow, that's beautiful. Great work there. Let's step inside now, and it gives you a sense of some of the terracotta pottery and some of the other things you'll find for the home. Great look of the greenhouse, and just again a sense for some of the hangers and the planters and everything you can get here, as Peter and Jen have both been so accommodating and allowing us to come and film and take pictures and give you everything you need to get you comfortable for some of the great things you will find here at Copia Home and Garden. And look at that, nice cool statue, a couple of bears, kind of fun. Looking out toward the vegetables, and if you're going to plant your garden, this is the place to come out and check it all out and visit them all here. Again, just across the line as you're going north on 123, and it's full service. It's got all the supplies and everything you need. Husqvarna, one of the big names in yard work, for lack of a more graceful term. But you come across the line into New York, and it's right there. As we were joking, you could basically throw a Tom Brady deflated football and hit it across the line, as the Pats won last night over my Steelers, so I'm a little bitter today. So, but great work by Josh and AJ and Eric, all the great shots being called up here as the sun does begin to come out now and poke its way through. And I'll tell you what, that is a warm sun that has quickly appeared here in South Salem, New York. So beautiful place. Come on out. Peter, Jen, the entire crew, the kids hang around, and everybody's here to help you out and make you feel comfortable and help you get what you need for your home, your garden. And as they were saying, as Peter was saying, you have to shift into thinking about 4 seasons. So that means, you got to think in terms of Christmas, and they're full service in that regard as well for all your holiday needs. So beautiful shots here from Copia Home and Garden on your extended coffee break, and we can get ready to pause. I believe we've got another guest lined up, and we'll talk to that guest when we continue from Vista, New York. Football tonight, but right now, home, garden, and lots more on the HAN network. Back with you on your coffee break, this extended coffee break, live from Copia Home and Garden, just across the Connecticut-New York line. We're in Vista, New York. I'm Rob Adams. Kate Chaplinsky with the week off, her final day of her vacation. She's back with us on Monday, but we are joined by a guest now here, as Ariel Barfield has joined us, a sales associate and nursery attendant. And thank you for your time, first of all.
You're very welcome. Nice to be here.
Nice to see you. And how long have you been here?
About 7 months.
What made you want to come join Copia Home and Garden?
So my dad really loves plants and flowers, and I've been landscaping with him since I was little. So being here makes me think of him, and it's just really nice.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And was it just that, getting involved with your dad? Is that the thing that got you so interested in doing this?
Yeah, he's the one who told me I should work here, and I'm very glad he did, because it's really a lot of fun here.
I noticed that you noted what a great group of people it is to work with. Tell me about that.
Yeah, everybody's really great. It's like a family here. It's jokes, and we just love making the customers happy and making them smile, and it's a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like it. What's that style? How did folks just feel so comfortable and happy when they come in here?
Well, everybody is on first name basis here, so that should sum it up.
Oh, wow, that really does sum it up right there. Tell me about discovering, new flowers and plants. When Peter was on before, he said that's really one of his favorite parts of the job, is discovering new plants. How about you?
Yeah, well, I'm still very new in this industry, and so a lot of people see new plants and flowers and they know what they are already, but I'm always constantly discovering new things that I never even knew existed, so that's really, really fun.
Do you learn more about taking care of plants and flowers and so on?
Oh yeah, in my downtime, some of the customers find me. I'm just walking around reading tags because I just want to learn everything about all the different kinds. So.
No kidding. So that must keep you busy, and it sounds like some days you just don't want to go home.
Yeah. Yep. I've been here till dark.
It really is a nice atmosphere, as I've told folks, and I said that to Peter when he was on before, just how comfortable it feels here. And certainly, as you said, everybody on a first-name basis. And, you know, you meet all kinds in a business like this. Obviously, the regular customer is going to come in. There's the out-of-towner who's going to stop by. But there is also the landscaper that's going to stop by. Tell me about all these people that you meet.
Yeah, that's really awesome when they come in because they get large quantities, and sometimes I get to talk to them and see what their ideas are, and I'm just hanging on to all these ideas for when I get to go landscape a property one day. So.
Do you have your own home garden or landscape? You know, what's the home setup like?
Well, as I mentioned my dad earlier, he's landscaped all of his fraternity brothers' properties, and I've been there for 90% of them to help out. And now all of his fraternity's brothers' kids that are now buying houses, we get to do the whole thing all over again. So,
Do you have a favorite plant or flower, or do you have a favorite of anything?
Yes, lantana is my favorite flower. It attracts bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds, and it smells really fruity and delicious.
I guess we should spend a moment on bees because we saw plenty of them right over here to our left, and the initial reaction, some folks would be like, you know, the bees, I'm running, but I'm sure you got to be kind of educated on that also.
Well, I need to learn a lot more about bees.
You and me both, because when I first saw them, I thought, I don't know about this, but we have somewhat of a bee expert on our crew, and he took a look at them and went, they're not stingers. So, okay, I think we're all right. That's good to know. So he's one up on me. Ariel, it's so good to chat with you, and what's the day-to-day like for you?
So day-to-day is, of course, making sure all of our customers are well taken care of, and the plants as well. So I'll water and clean them up and feed them if necessary. And I will walk around with customers and try to find new ideas for them and help them load up on their way out. And that's about it.
So it does keep you busy. How about inside on really kind of the home side of things?
Inside, I'm not inside too much, but there's so much going on inside. Jen and Peter get local produce and honey and pies and everything grown locally, sourced locally, and there's so much going on inside. So
much going on here at Copia Home and Garden. You got to come by and visit them right here on Route 123. Can't miss it, whether you're coming across the border from Connecticut or you're driving down from New York. By the way, are you a New Yorker or a Connecticut person?
New York.
Fellow New Yorker. I like it. Ariel Barfield, thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right, great to talk with Ariel. We'll take a break here on your coffee break. We're in New York at Copia Home and Garden in Vista on Route 123, and we return with an extended coffee break right after this on the HAN Network. We return for our final segment here on your extended coffee break at Copia Home and Garden. I'm Rob Adams, Kate Chaplinsky back Monday, and Peter Cipriano, the owner here, nice enough to rejoin us because you've got an event coming up.
Yeah, we do. We have an annual tomato harvest celebration tomorrow. It's our, I believe it's our 4th year of doing it. It's actually a great event. We do contests. We hand out prizes. We have lectures. We have a mozzarella maker that comes. That's probably the highlight of the day. Because he shows how to make the mozzarella because we sell the mozzarella here. That's really cool. And then we talk about a little bit of gardening with flowers for the fall after the mozzarella demonstration. But we also have wine tasting here. I think we're doing a fairy garden workshop. So there's a couple of events going on tomorrow. It starts at about 11 and it goes till 5.
Absolutely great. I'm looking at the note on the mozzarella demonstration. And by the way, I'm nuts about mozzarella, so I'm dangerous when it comes to that. Angelo from A&S Italian Store in Norwalk, which is phenomenal stuff. And fresh mozzarella, nothing like it.
So he's actually going to be here making it. He's got the hot water going. He shows you how to make it where it stays kind of that right consistency, which for most of us is impossible because you can't get the water hot enough. His hands are calloused to 45 years of making mozzarella. So he'll be here.
And you can't go wrong. If you've got the mozzarella, you got the tomato, you got to have a little vino, as they say. A wine tasting from grapeswine.com.
Yes, they are on the same premises. They will have tasting here. You should come out and check it out. It's actually a fun day. A lot of people do come in for it. We also do our plant sales. So not only can you get some mozzarella and some wine, you can come and buy some plants and put them in the garden, make your house look great, and have a party.
And as for the tomatoes, there's a tomato contest. Just reading right here. You've got heaviest, largest circumference, most unusual, best tasting, and the tiniest. This sounds like quite a day here.
We actually have really cool submissions, and everybody wins a prize. It's really great. The kids have a great time. Even I had an elderly couple win the best tasting last year. They had an incredible cherry-style tomato. So we actually have judges that test them out and see what they are, but it's really a good event. It's fun.
And it's going to be a full day with the annual tomato harvest celebration. What time does it start again?
It starts, the actual fairy gardening is the earliest, but it goes till 5 o'clock. It starts at 1 and goes till 5.
And what are the normal store hours here?
We are open at 7:30 till 6 o'clock on Saturday.
And they're open 7 days a week, 475 Smith Ridge Road here. It is, South Salem is basically the zip code. It's the post office, if you will, but it's the hamlet of Vista. You can't miss it on 123 on Smith Ridge. And again, I want to thank you. You've just been a phenomenal host. Thank you for having us. And have a great day tomorrow. This sounds terrific.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great day tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're excited to have been here. I hope to visit again soon. And